2. Understanding Indigenous knowledge. Understanding Indigenous knowledge is an important step towards building stronger relationships with Indigenous communities, fostering cultural understanding, and promoting sustainable development. Indigenous knowledge refers to the knowledge systems, practices, and understandings that have been passed down by Indigenous peoples over generations. It encompasses a range of topics, including traditional medicine, land management, navigation techniques, storytelling, and spiritual beliefs. Indigenous knowledge is often based on a deep understanding of the local environment and a strong connection to the land. This knowledge is holistic, interconnected, and deeply rooted in cultural and spiritual beliefs. For Indigenous peoples, it is a way of life that informs their daily practices and decision-making processes. Unlike Western knowledge systems, which emphasize individualism and often separate human and natural systems, Indigenous knowledge recognizes the interdependence of all living beings and the need to harmonize relationships between humans, nature, and the spiritual world. One of the most significant aspects of Indigenous knowledge is its focus on sustainability. Indigenous peoples have developed sophisticated land management techniques that allow them to utilize and benefit from natural resources without depleting or damaging ecosystems. This approach is in stark contrast to Western models of exploitation and extraction, which have often resulted in environmental degradation and the loss of biodiversity. By understanding and incorporating Indigenous knowledge into our decision-making processes and development projects, we can move towards a more sustainable future that respects and preserves the Earth's resources. Indigenous knowledge also has significant implications for health and wellness. Traditional healing practices, such as herbal remedies and spiritual ceremonies, have been used for centuries to address physical, mental, and emotional ailments. These practices often take a holistic approach to healing, considering the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. By incorporating Indigenous knowledge into healthcare systems, we can work towards more culturally responsive and effective approaches to well-being. Moreover, Indigenous knowledge holds the key to preserving cultural practices and languages that are at risk of extinction. By valuing and respecting Indigenous knowledge, we can support efforts to revitalize languages, preserve traditional practices, and promote cultural revitalization. This is essential for maintaining cultural diversity and upholding the rights of Indigenous peoples. Unfortunately, Western societies have historically marginalized and overlooked Indigenous knowledge, leading to the erosion of traditional practices and loss of cultural heritage.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?